What's up guys? Welcome muli sa aking channel, Cruel Tax and Accounting Tutorial, and welcome back to the Financial Analysis and Reporting Series. This time, ang pag-uusapan naman natin, Introduction to Financial Statements and Other Financial Reporting Topics. Specifically, ito yung i-cover natin. We'll review the different forms of business entities, the financial statements, the accounting cycle, and then the auditor's opinion, and finally, the harmonization of international accounting standards. Okay, so simulan natin sa different forms of business organizations. Ano nga ba yung iba't ibang uri ng business entities or business organizations na pwede nating i-establish or itayo? So, we have sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. So, pag sinabi nating sole proprietorship, it is a business owned by a single person. Walang asawa. Walang boyfriend. Yung ba yun tinutukoy niya? So, hindi yan na. It is a business owned by one individual or one person. Kaya nga tinawag siyang sole proprietor kasi mag-isa lang siyang nag-business. Okay? Pag sinabi naman nating partnership, it is an organization consisting of two or more persons. Ang tawag sa kanila, sila nga yung tinatawag nating mga partners. At pwede itong i-establish for business or yung tinatawag na business partnership, o kaya naman pwede rin itong i-establish in order to practice the profession or bilang isang professional partnership or general professional partnership. Actually, pwede mo rin gawin sa isang single proprietorship, yung magbi-business ka or for the practice of your profession. Ganun din yung partnership. Kaya lang sa partnership, two or more. Okay? Sa corporation naman, ito naman yung a business owned by a shareholder or ng mga shareholders. Kung bakit ko nasabing shareholder o shareholders, meron na kasi tayong tinatawag na one-person corporation wherein there is a single owner. Okay, according to the revised Corporation Code of the Philippines, pwede na yan di ba? So, meron din naman tayong regular corporations wherein ang owners ay more than one. Okay, so ulitin ko, ang pangalan ng owner or ang tawag sa mga owners ng isang corporation ay shareholders. Okay? Tuloy natin. So, this time pag-usapan natin is financial statements. Siyempre, pag ikaw ay nagnenegosyo or you are engaged in business, probably you are required to submit certain reports to the regulators. Lalong-lalo na kung ikaw ay isang corporation. Required ka talaga mag-submit ng isa na nga dyan yung financial statements. At hindi lang financial statements, the complete set of financial statement which consist of the balance sheet, the income statement, the statement of cash flows, that's a statement of changes in equity, tsaka yung notes the financial statement. So, dapat kompleto itong ipiprepare natin. Diba? So, kung ang pinag-uusapan natin ay financial reporting. So, kailangan marunong tayong gumawa ng balance sheet. Naiintindihan natin ang laman ng balance sheet. As well as the income statement, statement of cash flows. Ito yung tatlong crucial na financial statements. Number 4 is the statement of changes in equity. And then number 5, ito naman yung pinakamakapal, the notes to financial statements. Okay? Ulitin ko, corporations in particular are required to submit audited financial statements to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, kailangan talaga ito. Okay? Hindi lang sa ito kaya natin pinag-aaralan kasi nga we will use o kailangan nating mag-analyze di ba? Mag-project. So, hindi lang yun ang purpose. Okay? So, tuloy natin. Itong balance sheet, overview lang itong ipapakita ko sa inyo, pero pag-uusapan pa natin sa mga kasunod nating chapters or video lectures yung specific or detailed discussion regarding the balance sheet. Pero dito, pakita muna natin yung overview niya. It is also called the statement of financial position. Mas madali kasi yung para sa akin yung balance sheet. Okay, mas madaling banggitin Okay, pero statement of financial position, yan ang sinasuggest na bagong tawag sa kanya. Anong pinapakita ng balance sheet? It shows the financial condition or yung position nga na tinatawag, no, of an entity as of a particular date. Okay, tanda mo yung salitang as of. As of, sample, December 31, 2019. So, ibig sabihin, yung report natin, kung gagawa tayo sa period na yan, yan na yung balances niya as of that period. Okay? And then, makikita natin yan yung information regarding our assets, liabilities, and our equity. Okay, mas madugo kapag corporation, yung laman nung tinatawag na shareholders equity. Maraming items ito, hindi kagaya ng isang sole proprietor tsaka partnership na simple lang, capital lang, gano'n lang basta, no? Dito, may iba't ibang components ang shareholders equity. Okay? And then, itong balance sheet na to, it basically shows yung ating, diba, kung natatandaan nyo, pinag-aralan nyo yun, yung ating accounting equation, wherein total assets should equal the sum of total liabilities and shareholders equity. So, yan. Makikita mo yan sa ating balance sheet. Okay? Tuloy natin. Ito naman, pag-usapan natin is the income statement or the statement of comprehensive income. Okay? So, ito yung suggested na bagong pangalan niya kasi nga, meron na tayong tinatawag na other, pera sa normal na income, yung profit or loss. Meron na tayong tinatawag na other comprehensive income or loss. Meron na tayong mga ganyang items presented in the statement of comprehensive income or income statement. Okay? Nung araw, wala namang mga ganito. Pero ngayon, meron na. Katunayan lang na accounting changes. Kaya nga yung ating standards, nagbabago rin yan. It also change. Okay? Kaya dapat aware tayo sa changes in standards, in practices, etc. Ngayon, ano laman ng income statement? It summarizes revenues and expenses as well as gains and losses. Revenue, expenses, gains, and losses. So, diyan mo makikita lahat yan sa ating income statement. It shows or presents the result of operations for a particular period. For a particular period. Ano daw yan? Yung results. Okay, so yung profitability natin for a particular period. Halimbawa, for the year ending December 31, 2019. Ibig sabihin, ang pinapresent mo ay yung buong 2019 from January 1 to December 31. So, yun ang ipinapresent natin sa income statement. Pwede rin for the month, for the quarter. So, hindi siya as of, it is for a particular period. Okay? Tuloy natin. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na statement of changes in equity. So, it presents the reconciliation of the beginning, yan na, and ending balances of the shareholders equity account. So, it is a reconciliation kung bakit ba ganito yung end, what happens, ano yung nadagdag, ano yung nabawas, etc. So, doon natin makikita yan sa statement of changes in equity. Gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, mas komplikado ang components ng stockholders equity or ng shareholders equity kasi may item na share capital, may item na retained earnings, may item din na reserves. So, itong lahat ng line item na to, may kanya-kanya pa yung items within. So, ang kailangan natin ipakita from the beginning balance, ano yung nadagdag, ano yung nabawas, para mag-arrive tayo sa ending balance ng ating equity or capital or shareholders equity. Okay? Papakita lang natin dyan. And then, we have the notes to financial statements. It is used to present additional information about items na nandun na rin sa FS and to present additional information. Okay? So, gaya ng sinasabi ko palagi, itong paggawa ng notes to financial statement ay pagsunod natin doon sa tinatawag nating full disclosure concept or principle. Sinasabi doon na dapat ang ating information ay complete. Okay, makukomplete natin ang information sa pamamagitan ng pag-accomplish ng notes to financial statements. Okay, ano ba yung mga laman yan? Eh di yung lahat ng ating accounting policies, schedules, computations, etc. and other relevant information. Okay, so napakahalaga ng isang notes to FS. Gaya nga nasabi ko, ito yung pinakamakapal na portion ng complete set of financial statements. Okay, ngayon, ano ba ang interrelationship of those FS? Halimbawa, yung ating balance sheet, yung ating income statement, and yung ating cash flow statement. Sa balance sheet, meron tayong assets, liabilities, and equity. Sa income statement, meron tayong revenues, expenses, net profit or loss. Sa cash flow statement, naka-breakdown yung ating inflows and outflows into operating, investing, and financing activities. Ngayon, ito bang financial statements na ito ba ay related sa isa't isa? Okay? Halimbawa na lang, yung cash. Naglagay ka sa balance sheet. Ito yung balance ng cash as of this period. Makikita mo yung breakdown kung bakit naging ganyan yung balance ng cash dito sa ating cash flow statement. Ba't ba siya naging ganyan ang balance niya? Ano yung nadagdag? Ano yung nabawas? Etc. So, related. Okay? Whatever ending balance we present in the cash flow statement, so dapat yun din ang lilitaw sa cash balance mo sa balance sheet. Ngayon, sa income statement naman, makikita mo yung revenue and expenses and then your net profit. Yung net profit natin, ito ay dadalhin sa equity. Particularly dun sa retained earnings account. Dun siya madadagdag. Dadagdagan siya. Okay? So, related pa rin, di ba? Sa madaling salita, talagang related ang mga financial statements. Kaya pag nagkamali ka sa isang part ng FS, di ba? Maaaring magkamali ka rin sa ibang parts pa ng financial statements. Okay? Siyempre, hindi na natin pagtatalunan yung notes to FS at saka statement of changes in equity. Definitely, we can show na itong mga to ay related sa iba pang financial statements. Okay, so let's review the accounting cycle. So we can summarize the accounting cycle into these. First is recording of transactions, then recording of adjusting entries, preparing the financial statements. Pag nagawa mo ito, ayan, meron ka ng financial statements. Okay? Kaya lang, kung madali ba ito, yun ang tanong. Di ba? So, depende yan sa iyo kung paano mo pinag-aralan ng accounting. Okay, so isa-isayin natin. Number 1 is recording of transactions. So, the first step actually is identification of events to be recorded. Hahanapin mo yung transactions and events that causes a change in liability, asset, or equity. Basta maaapektuhan itong tatlo na to. Paano apekto yon? It's either magi-increase or decrease ang isa or dalawa sa mga yan. We have to record such event. Bakit? Kasi siya ay accountable event. So, dapat i-record sa madaling salita. Okay? And then, pag in-record mo, you call that journalizing. You journalize transaction. Pag alam mo na kung ano yon, and then, you journalize where? Sa ating books. Pwedeng manual, computerized. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating books, yun yung ating journal. Pwedeng yung ating general journal. Tapos, meron din tayong tinatawag na special journals. Okay, so 4 na special journals generally. So, i-record natin dyan yung ating na-identify na transaction. Okay, and then after ma-record natin dyan, we will post the transaction. Saan? Sa another book called ledger. Okay, ipopost naman natin dyan yung mga nanggaling sa journal. Okay, yung tawag natin sa books natin kanina is journal. Kaya nga journal entry ang tawag doon sa ilalagay mo doon. Okay. Ngayon, pakitandaan na ang bawat account ay may sariling ledger. For example, yung cash, may sariling ledger yan. Wherein, i-record mo na increases and decreases, tapos kasama yung balance. Diba? Okay, so pag nagawa natin itong steps na to, so meron na tayong recorded transactions. Please do remember, in recording transactions, we are using or applying the double entry system. Ano ibig sabihin ng double entry system? Pag meron kang i-debit, kailangan meron ka ring equivalent na credit for that. Hindi pwedeng parehong debit or parehong credit. It must be debit or credit. Okay? For example, debit cash kasi nakabenta ka 100,000. Tapos nag-credit ka ng sales 100,000 pesos. So, balance ang debit at credit. Although magkaiba siya ng account. Okay? So, pag nakayari ka ng mag-record, pwede ka na actually gumawa ng isang trial balance. Okay, ulitin ko pwede ka nang mag-prepare ng isang trial balance. Yung tinatawag nating unadjusted trial balance, wherein may debit, may credit, tapos may cash. Yan. AR, kunwari ganyan. Tapos kunwari accounts payable, ganyan. Tapos shareholders equity, yan. And then yung balance, may kulang pa yan, revenue and expenses, di ko na nilagay. So yung balance, so makita kung balance pa ang debit at credit mo, yung may prepare a trial balance. Okay. Tuloy natin. Number 2, recording of adjusting entries. Ngayon, para maintindihan natin ang recording of adjusting entries, kailangan kabisado na natin kung ano yung tinatawag na accrual basis. Okay? And adjustments are made at the end of the accounting period or at the end of the reporting period bago ka gumawa ng FS. So, kailangan meron ka munang adjustment. Pero pag-usapan natin ano ba accrual basis. Ito ay may kinalaman sa revenue and expense recognition. Sabi dito, if you are using the accrual basis, you record the revenue once realized or earned. Hindi kung kailan na-collecta yung money. Pag sinabi naman expenses, you record expenses when they are incurred. Okay, kung kailan nagamit, ayun, doon mo siya i-record as expense, hindi kung kailan binayaran. Okay? Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng mga adjustments. Adjustments for prepayments and accruals. Okay, ano ba yung mga prepayments na yan? Ito yung mga items na kailangan nating i-adjust. Na-record na natin data, pero kailangan nating i-adjust. Why? Kasi baka meron na tayong nagamit doon o kaya meron ng portion na expired or na-expired na doon sa ating prepayments. So, pag ganon, kailangan na nating i-record yan as expense. Okay? Ito namang mga accruals, ito yung mga bagay na i-record pa lang natin. Mga bagay na nangyari na, kaya tinawag na accrued. Okay? So, maaring ito ay isang accrued revenue, etc. Accrued expense, accrued revenue, or an accrued expense. Okay? So, pag nayari mo nang ma-record ang adjusting entries, kung gusto mo gawa ka ng worksheet sa spreadsheet, sa Excel, or sa worksheet na literal, and then, pwede mo nang magawa yung adjusted trial balance. At, bago ako makalimutan, yung adjusting entries na yan, inire-record din natin yan sa journal. Okay, particularly sa general journal. Kaya, tapos, ipopost din natin sa ledger. Kaya, ma-update din yung ledger. Yung balances sa ledger, yun ang gagamitin natin sa pag-prepare ng adjusted trial balance. Okay, so, sana naiintindihan pa natin yun, ano? Una, recording of entries. Second, adjusting of entries. And then, pangatlo, you prepare the financial statements. Basically, using your adjusted ledger balances or yung worksheet, may prepare na natin yung balance sheet and income statement. Doon mismo sa ating worksheet, makikita na natin siya. Okay. Pero, to complete that, we have to make closing entries and reversing entries. Yung reversing entries naman is optional. So, pwedeng hanggang doon lang tayo sa closing entries. Pag nagawa mo na yon, talagang yari mo na yung balance sheet and income statement. And then, yung pag-prepare ng statement of cash flows, ito medyo complicated ng konti, itong part na to. Kaya, it requires additional knowledge in accounting kung paano i-prepare yung statement of cash flows. Hahati mo sa operating, investing, and financing activities yung cash inflows and outflows. Diba? Ang hirap i-manage nun. And then, you also prepare that statement of changes in equity. Itong isa na to, medyo madali lang ito. And then, the notes to financial statements. Okay. So, nabanggit na natin kanina kung ano ang mga laman nito, accounting policies, schedules, and other relevant information. Okay, so, pag nagawa mo lahat yan, meron ka ng financial statement. Okay? Ngayon, pasok tayo sa audit. Yung auditor's opinion. Okay? Companies or certain corporations are required to submit audited financial statements. Okay, audited. Okay, kaya ang pag-uusapan natin is auditor's opinion on our financial statements. Kumbaga, i-review nila, bibisitahin nila yung ating FS kung tama ba. Okay, kaya magiging audited siya. Okay, ano ba yung audit? It is an independent examination of the accounting information presented by the business. Saan nga nakapresent yun? Sa FS. So, i-audit natin ang financial statements. Okay, ngayon, ganito scenario kasi niyan. Halimbawa, ito si company X. So, ito yung kanyang FS. At gusto niya itong ipa-audit. Pwede bang tauhan ni X ang mag-audit? Pag ang tinutukoy natin is external audit, siyempre hindi pwede yun. Kaya itong si X company, hahanap yan ng iba pang entity. Halimbawa si A, isang auditing firm. para ma-audit yung kanyang FS. Itong si A, mag-i-issue ng report kay X or mag-i-issue siya ng kanyang tinatawag na auditor's opinion. At ang opinion niya ay pwedeng maging alin sa mga to. Number 1, yung tinatawag natin unqualified opinion. Meron din tayong qualified opinion, adverse opinion, at disclaimer of opinion. Pag binating unqualified, padaliin natin. Ang sinasabi ni auditor, ang FS nyo ay sumunod sa PFRS, sa accounting standards. Okay, walang deviation. Pag sinabi naman natin qualified, okay, sumunod kayo sa sinasabi ng accounting standards, pero ayun, may konting difference, isa or dalawang item or tatlong items na hindi na follow yung accounting standards, inisyon mo ng qualified. Okay? Ang pinakamasaklap na opinion is, hindi naman pinakamasaklap, isa sa pinakamasaklap is yung adverse opinion. Ibig sabihin, your FS is not correct. Ibig sabihin, it is not prepared in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework or accounting standards. Hindi okay yung FS mo, ibig sabihin. Okay? At ito pa yung isang masaklap, yung disclaimer of opinion. Ito yung opinion na walang opinion. Bakit? Kasi nga, hindi niya nagawa yung audit. Maaaring may kasalanan yung company. Kaya hindi siya nagbigay ng kanyang opinion. Kasi paano siya magbibigay kung wala naman siyang nakuha ang information, etc. Okay? So, bakit sir pinag-uusapan natin ng audit opinion? Kasi nga, di ba, financial reporting tayo. Dahil doon, napag-usapan natin ang FS. So, let me just tell you na ang FS ay ipinapa-audit. Bakit? Para yung public, yung investors or potential investors, ma-attract natin mag-invest sa atin kapag ang ating FS ay audited at maganda naman yung laman ng FS natin. Okay? Ngayon, sino ba ang responsible sa pag-prepare ng FS or sa pag-present ng FS? Ulit ba? Who is responsible for the preparation and presentation of FS? Sino nga bang sabi? Ang mayroong responsibility dyan is si management. The management is particularly responsible for the preparation and for the integrity of the financial statement. Si management, hindi si auditor ang gagawa, 'di ba? Si management, si company. Ulit ko, hindi si auditor ang gumagawa ng FS. Ang ginagawa lang niya is audit. Okay? In fact, in practice, pinapapirma natin ang may-ari or ng corporations or ng company ng statement of management responsibility in relation to the preparation and presentation of FS, 'di ba? So sila talaga ang responsible. Okay? Kasi nga itong audit kanina na napag-usapan natin, hindi naman to 100% assurance na madi-discover lahat ng irregularities. Hindi naman ganun. Okay? So, last one is the harmonization of international accounting standards. Okay. So, ina-observe natin that the international business in global capital markets is increasing. 'Di ba? Nagkaka-transact na ang mga bansa at maraming mga bansa, 'di ba? Marami ng international business. Dahil doon, 'di ba? Nagkaroon ng move for the harmonization of the international accounting standards. Ano ba yung prevailing? Di yung US GAAP nga. Tsaka yung IFRS. Okay? Nalilito tayo. Sino ba susundin natin? Tayo, ang ginasunod natin sa Pilipinas is IFRS. Ngayon, silang dalawa naman, sila yung nagkasundo. Anong tawag sa kasunduan nila? The Norwalk Agreement in 2002 wherein magkakaroon sila ng project kung saan yung differences nila i-reconcile para magkaroon na ng isang uniform accounting standard worldwide. Kasi matigas din yung Amerikano, ayaw nila, no? Silang gumagamit nitong US GAAP nila, no? Okay? So, kaya naisipan yan kasi nga lumalawak na yung international business para mas maging comparable ang information. Hindi kailangan nating pagmukain na itong laman or standards nitong dalawa na to. Halos magkamukha naman sila. Meron lang ilan pang naiiwan na differences. Imagine mo, 2002, tapos ngayon 2020 na, meron pa rin silang usapan. Although meron na silang items ata na napagkasunduan. Okay, so I hope may natutunan kayo sa video natin. Abangan nyo pa yung mga kasunod nating videos.